Hey Labrats, and welcome to the Metal Lab podcast.
Hey Rich.
Hi Tom, so how are you doing?
Very well. So this is quite an interesting podcast this week.
Yeah, talking about some of the stuff that we try and do on the page when we talk about trying to help bands and trying to promote the metal scene basically. This is one of the things that I think we really excel at and seems to be a really good thing. So I think it's going to be talking about our Battle of the Band competitions. And so rather than us just trying to describe it too much, let's just go in with an awesome band that won one of our Battle of the Bands, so you can all listen to the quality that is the Metal Lab Battle of the Bands. So who have we got, Tom?
Exactly, so this one was a band from Iran, and they were called Dire Straits.
Fantastic.
Who I featured on one of my Metal Around the World.
Yeah, no, that was great. Check that out.
Yeah, this was on the 22nd of November 2020 when this one was. And they were against a Australian band called Those Left Behind. Quite a really good competition.
They were a good band too.
Very, very well paired as well. A lot of people had to struggle to vote for
which one.
So they formed in 2012, but obviously living in Iran, they had a lot of struggles. They only released a lot of singles and nothing really sort of worked out for them.
Right, okay. I'm guessing that's part of the environment that they're in, unfortunately.
Yeah, the musical censorship and all that they were sort of really held back with in Iran.
Yeah.
So they've now released a new album in 2021 called Lost Era. So you need to check that out on all social media outlets. It's an amazing album. So the winning track that they won the Battle of the Bands was a track called Sullen.
Very good track.
Yes. So if you'd like to listen to that, and this is the track that we're going to be playing now.
Awesome, let's go.
Not as long as the sun bright.
So that was Lie Dispraise with Sullen. That was again not really the area of the world that I'd expect to find a band that I'd really enjoy listening to, but yeah, a great find and a great win by those guys.
Yeah.
So the Battle of the Bands, Tom, obviously it's something that the Battle of the Bands isn't a new idea. Obviously there's been the concept of bands going against each other. So what is it that makes the Metal Lab Battle of the Bands a bit different? What was it that you remember being part of the idea of wanting this for the Metal Lab?
When we first sort of started the group, we had a lot of discussions about how we can grow the group and how we can promote the bands and stuff, and there was no other group that I've been on, that I've joined, that do anything like this. I mean, sometimes you have your album choice and stuff like that, but for this there's more interaction with the bands, and I just come up with the idea at first that we could help promote 2 bands each week that can fight against each other. No bragging rights, it's just a fun little tournament, and see if people can discover new bands as well. This is what it's all about. Like Lie Dispraise, no one knew who they were until sort of we put them on, and oh my god, they're from Iran, amazing. And it's just opened up the whole group and the membership and everything. And were we sure it was going to work? No, because we didn't know. It was a new concept,
especially on a Facebook group as well at the time.
Exactly. But yeah, it's just gone from strength to strength. So,
and like you said, it's not about bragging rights and my band's better than your band. Every band that's on there, we hope they get their music across to everybody else, and that's what it's about. So if you're in a band and you've only got a few hundred followers, or not even that, feel free to get in contact, because you could still be somebody's next favourite band. It's about getting the music heard and about showing people what's out there and what is possible. And so it's fantastic with that.
Definitely. I mean, a lot of the bands are saying that because we put a YouTube link up for their song, that there's more traffic going to their YouTube or their Spotify links, which is even more important.
Exactly. It gives them the option.
Maybe they've got new fans that will click on it and actually think, you know what, this band is really cool. They're going to be my new favourite band.
And then if you see them playing live somewhere, you're more likely to go. So in that vein, then, who have we got for our second?
So we have a band from South Australia called Maniacal.
Okay.
They were formed in 2008. They faced a UK band called King Abyss.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
very good track as well.
Yes,
very good battle. This was on the 23rd of March this year, which was quite a recent one.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, good competition. King Abyss are quite a well-known UK band. Quite thrash metal, Maniacal. It's quite interesting, the music scene in Australia, because you have a lot of heavy stuff. In the UK, thrash metal scene sort of a bit more polluted.
Well, in the 80s it was massive, but then like saying from Australia, I remember when Frog Stomp came out with Silverchair, and it was just the realisation of metal being it seemed to be more mainstream in Australia. There seemed to be a much bigger acceptance.
You've got like Truth Decay, Blood Covered Shovel, Maniacal, those Left Behind, all amazing bands, and the thrash scene is really sort of hitting off. So that was quite sort of encouraging to see that we can get bands from all over the globe who people in other countries really enjoy as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So the winning track is a track that we're going to play next, and that is called I Am My Own God.
Let's go.
With me, city of belief.
So that was Maniacal with the track "I Am My Own God."
A good track too.
Very cool.
So yeah, so obviously with this Battle of the Bands, obviously it's not just about, oh, we're on a Facebook group, we've won, we've beat this band. Part of the prize of that is that you do get some radio play on Berg Studio with Franz the Planet. You get an interview with Franz there, which obviously is fantastic. When I was first in bands, when sort of 14, 15, 16, if I knew that there was a chance of me getting my music on the radio, then I would have been absolutely sort of blown away by that. And again, that's part of, for me, that's part of what I love about what we do with the Battle of the Bands. Now, a big aspect of that is also trying to help bands. And like we said, it doesn't matter whether you've got 10,000 followers or 10 followers. The idea for us is to get the opportunity for people to get their music heard. Now, obviously, that comes with certain things, and again, a little bit of experience over the years of being in bands, making sure that you have that interaction with your fans. So when we do this, it's obviously we don't force people to have to do anything to actually take part in it. But obviously, if you want to be heard, then there has to be some of that interaction. So again, that's part of what I hope that we can bring to the bands that take part in this.
Definitely.
Giving them that.
And when I started it, I never even thought about the whole radio interaction anyway.
No, that wasn't. Yeah.
We were approached by Franz a couple of months in, and he said, you know what, it's a really cracking idea what you're doing. I've got space on my Monday Night Metal Madness show. Do you think, as a package we can put it together so that, over 6 days the battle's running, and then the winners come onto the Monday night, metal show, and the guys get an interview. And for some of these bands, it is their first ever interview.
Yes, their first taste of actually being a proper
amazing.
band.
Because of the production from some of them is just
but again,
unreal.
Even if the production isn't the best, it's not. Doesn't matter either. It's about the music and about the message that gives. So obviously, if it's just you and a guitar, just put it down, record it, send it in, let other people hear it, because it could be sort of something that they really love and enjoy.
Definitely. I mean, some of the bands that I didn't even think that would win have really shocked me and won.
Well, it comes down to the people like what the people like, don't they? And you don't know until you ask them.
Definitely.
Yeah, so put your band in, give us a listen to what you've got to offer, and hopefully we can put you out there and get you some more listeners and some airplay.
So our next band is a band from Pittsburgh. They're a melodic heavy metal band.
Okay.
They won on the 27th of September. They faced a band called Elevate the Virus.
Right.
So,
quite apt at the time.
Very pandemic name for the time that we were in. The band is called Helios.
Yep.
They were only formed in 2020, so quite a new band. Yeah. So this is quite exciting for me, because this is what the Battle of the Bands is about. I want to expose newer bands as well to the whole, the members and everyone across the Facebook. Their mission was just to bring the metal audiences a sonic attack,
nice,
with a bit of a sort of nuclear power to the listener, and that sort of very resonates from the track that they won. So the winning track that we're going to play for you is Hellbender.
Let's go.
Makes you bleed.
So that was Helios with Hellbender.
Amazing track.
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
So Tom, as well as obviously our Battle of the Bands, we did also have a Battle of the Groups with the Manchester 0161 guys, which again was a fantastic way for us to help spread the metal message out there. So how did that come about?
I messaged James and just said, was it something that they'd be interested in being involved in?
Okay.
Because I thought it's a different sort of interesting sort of spin on what we were trying to do anyway. You know,
Yeah.
It's not about us trying to be the best group, because you know everyone's different, but it's about us trying to help spread the word of all the bands. You know, so they chose one of their sort of loyal bands called Solar Shift, who are a UK band.
Good band as well, yeah.
And we chose a very loyal band to the Metal Lab, who were Effigy of Hate, who's been a very big supporter from this group from day one. And the whole idea of us putting both bands together, you know, doing little promos from, this was what was quite cool, the band's done their own little promos, and you know, it was a group versus a group, which was quite cool as well. So everyone, we both shared on both platforms, and everyone really got behind it. So you know, it was really encouraging that it's not about who's the best group, it's about us all working together and just, you know,
having a common goal, isn't it?
Of course it is, to spread the metal and, you know, spread the underground message that, you know, the bands are amazing and we're here to help promote them.
So is that something that you'd like to see more of? So maybe try and get some more groups involved to help spread the metal message out there?
I would love to. If anyone that owns a metal group that would love to sort of try and get involved in Battle of the Bands, we'd love to have you on board, you know. I mean, if you've got a new band that's just got maybe 50, 60 subscribers on their YouTube, a small band that's just come out, we can give them great exposure, global exposure. And this is the thing with the interview as well. The interview, you know, the station's based in South Africa. It's a digital station. Franz has listeners from all over the world, which is really exciting as well, because, you know, you can have people that are in Argentina listening to a band who are just, you know,
in Iceland or from Iceland or wherever.
You know, like, you know, we had a band like who went on there from Kent called Modes, you know.
And, great band.
You know, since they've been on, they've had loads of new followers and loads of new subscriptions, and they've been heard all over the world. And this is something that not a lot of groups can offer. You know, if you have a group that maybe has 4,000 members, but the majority of their members are UK based. This band's never going to be really heard out of the UK unless they have other platforms. But this allows people to expand, you know, their listening to all over the globe, which is really exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, well, especially, I mean, the pandemic has shown us that obviously everyone loves live shows, and I can't wait until everything is back to normal. But there has been a rise in the way that people can express themselves and express their art, and so again, like you're saying, by giving people a worldwide audience to listen to, it also gives people the opportunity to maybe build audiences in other countries, and even if they can't necessarily travel there, they can maybe put on virtual shows for these people, or just build up events, build up that communication. Again, it's all about sharing the love of the metal, basically, and the more we can do that with as many people as possible, the more we can make this not necessarily mainstream, but in a way that people accept it for what it is, a great art form that allows people to express themselves in a way that's not possible in most other music.
And it's so exciting as well to hear bands from different countries. I mean, for me, maybe not for everyone, but for me, because I love the underground music so much, and I just love, you know, researching all around the world, different countries and different bands. I just love it when I go to a country like Indonesia and I think, oh my god, this is what's coming out of this country. You know, with all their, you know, musical restrictions, like in Iran and Pakistan and everything. You think, how on earth can you have some, you know, great musicians coming out of countries like this? But no one knows. I mean, like you said earlier about Iran, you would never know that a band such as Dire Dispraise would be able to make music that good. You know, in such a restricted country like Iran.
Well, especially when there is the persecution there for people just playing metal because it's metal for no other reason.
And it's such great that we can unite every country with metal.
I love it. So talking of uniting people with metal, who's our last track that we're going to play from our Battle of the Band winners?
Well, this is a band from Sochi in Russia.
Fantastic.
Really cool. Another really sort of country that you wouldn't really associate a lot of metal with, because they're still quite strict regimes in Russia as well.
Right, okay.
You know, I've spoke to the band, and you know, they're more Viking orientated, these guys. You know, a lot of their sort of writing in scripture is about, you know, the Viking age and stuff.
Right, okay.
And that obviously resonates in their name as well.
Yeah.
So the band's called Horn of Asgard.
Great, and the track?
The track that they won with, called The Return.
Let's go. So that was Horn of Asgard with The Return.
I love that song.
Yeah, you can tell the Viking elements.
Yes, yeah.
So obviously, Battle of the Bands is something that's very, very dear to us, and something that you said is that we feel is fairly unique to any other metal group out there at the moment.
Definitely.
That I can see. And so if you are in a band and you do want to take part, even if you don't think you've got a chance of winning, get in contact. It's about giving you the opportunity to get your music heard by more people. It's not about being the best band out there, the best produced, the best sounding. If you've got something that you feel is good enough to be heard by you, then it's probably good enough to be heard by somebody else. So get in contact.
Exactly. And what a first platform for us to have maybe a band's first ever demo track that is good enough to be played.
Yeah.
On, you know, on our
yeah, on the radios, yeah.
And then go onto radio. I mean, how iconic would that be, that maybe in 5 years time when they said actually our first track was played on the Metal Labs Battle of the Band, and you know, from then on we've come on to do this. That's you know, it's a very high acclaim, isn't it, for us
and again
for the band.
That's part of what we're doing this for, is because we want the music to be heard, and the only way that's going to happen is if you help us put it out there, basically.
Just like the South American band Truth Decade. I mean, you know, they were very sort of, you know, nice in, you know, giving the Metal Lab a bit of advertisement when they won their band, you know. And if you look on, you know, if you support them guys on Facebook and on Spotify, it's Truth Decade from South Africa, you'll see a nice little sort of write up, and you know, how they really supported the, you know, the Metal Lab, and how we supported them in the Battle of the Band, which is lovely. Yeah,
and it's about that. It's about supporting each other to just get to a wider audience and get this metal out there. So Tom, so obviously Battle of the Bands, if you're interested, go onto our Facebook group, the Metal Lab. On there, look under the sections for the Battle of the Bands. Get in contact with Tom. What's the best way for them to get in contact with you?
If you contact me on the email, which is metallabinterviews, all one word, @gmail.com, I will respond within, you know, half an hour, 40 minutes if I'm working, maybe a little bit longer. But you know, a quick response is always what I'll give. All I'll need for you is just a band bio, a nice band pick, and then just what track you would like featured, because obviously that's an important thing. You know, you want to feature, you know, a track that you think people will like.
Fantastic. So obviously you can follow us on YouTube. Make sure you check out all of our content on there. We've got some interviews. So the Metal Lab, obviously on YouTube, just put that in and you should find us. Obviously Berg Studios, you can find the Metal Lab podcast there. That's on Wednesdays currently at 9 PM.
Every Wednesday night, 9 PM UK, just press play.
Fantastic, nice plug there. And obviously check out Franz there on the Monday Night Madness with everything that he's got going on. Again, fantastic show. And finally, obviously we try and help the bands, and obviously we don't want to charge the bands any money for any of the promotion we do, but obviously we do need some of our finances. So if you are interested in helping us, then please do go onto our links onto the Facebook group, find our merch links, grab yourself a t-shirt, pint glass, whatever you've got, lovely t-shirts. So have a look at the stuff, and if you've got any other ideas of things that you would like to see that we could maybe put our Metal Lab logo on, then by all means get in contact with us.
And just to final, if you're a group that might decide that you want to try the Battle of the Bands out, please get in touch with us. You know, we're more than happy to get involved and help, you know, and try and see if we can, you know, spread it across other groups as well, because the more exposure would be absolutely fantastic. You know, it's not as if it's just, you know, the Metal Labs Battle of the Bands. You know, you could have different formats for different groups, which would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be great. So remember, for all your news, reviews and interviews,
join us at the Metal Lab,
the home of underground metal.